going to delay the stuff that I want to talk about. So let's just get into it. I really don't have anything else to talk about other than today's NXT. Oh, maybe one thing, but it has something to do with AW, which is what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. So the next game of AW, or I'm sorry, the console game that they are developing right now, it's going to be called AW Fight Forever, and it's weird that he announced it after the show ended instead of when the show aired or on like in a press conference or in like an interview. He just says it when the show is not aired, and the only thing we got is a crowd recording. So yeah, the game was planned to be released this year's September, even though King Omega said that it will probably take another year before it's going to be released. But yeah, some sources said that it's going to be released September. We'll see about that. But let's continue to the topic of the day, which is NXT. So today's NXT started with a promo from Pretty Deadly before they got interrupted by GYV or uh, Drake and Gibson, which is their new tag team name. And I don't know how I feel about that because this is a new rule for WWE. Um, for anybody who has been using a name um, from their indies, they're not going to be able to use those names anymore. So James Drake and Jack Gibson, I think his name, they took like their first name, so it's just Drake and Gibson, and they don't use the name GYV anymore or Grizzled Young Veterans because that is the tag team name that they used back in the indies. So yeah, a lot of people getting their name changed. I think one of the Legado del Fantasma, one of the Legado's member got their name changed. It's the other guy. It's not Raul Mendoza. Is it Hawking Phoenix? I think Hawking Phoenix got his name changed. And who else? I mean, we already know that Pretty Deadly's name got changed. Um, but yeah, Gibson and Drake wanted a shot to the title, but then they got attacked by Legado del Fantasma. And then Bron Breaker asked Joe Gacy where he is because he seek revenge. I mean, we already know that Joe Gacy is aiming for the title. And then we got a match between Tiffany Stratton against Saray. Surprisingly, I didn't thought that Saray was going to lose this match. I thought Saray was going to win, but I think they're going to make a heel out of Tiffany Stratton. That's why they made her win the match. And yeah, Saray got the upper hand throughout the match. Just like a couple of seconds before the match ended, that's where the momentum flipped. Like the whole match, Saray was dominating, and then just a couple of spots before the match ended, that's where things go wrong, and Tiffany Stratton got to win. So the next match is Braun Breaker went into the backstage, saw the cage that where his father got locked in, but his father was not there. Joe Gacy was not there, and the only thing that's there is only the tablet that shows last week's segment. And then um, Persia Piranha and Indy Hardwell um, had a segment with the Predately, and they said that why don't you guys give our boys a shot at the title? And that is the main event, which is Predately versus Duke Hudson and Caster Loomis for the NXT Tag Team Championship. And yeah, next segment, Grayson Waller got interviewed about Sangha, where he basically says that he fired Sangha because he got paid last week, and that made them lost the opportunity to become the new NXT Tag Team Champions. So that's why he fired Sangha. You know that is weird because this will result into a small rivalry between Grayson Waller and Sangha. And from the match that happened after this, I think this will not elevate Sanga's momentum. I think this only elevate Grayson Waller's momentum. I thought they're going to keep this duo for like for a while, but they just dropped this bodyguard story for some reason. I don't know why. So we got a promo package from what's her name? Her name is Roxanne Perez, formerly known as Roxy from ROH. So yeah, she was supposed to debut next week, but she debuted in the same night um, against one of the Toxic Attractions. I forgot her name. What's her name? Because Meg Rose, Gigi Dolan, and Joy what? Jane. It's Jane something or it's something Jane. What's on the NXT Toxic Attraction? JC Jane. There you go. That's her name. JC Jane. So yeah, we're going to have a match on the same night. So GYV against Legado del Fantasma, Legado got to win, so they're probably closer, like a step closer to fight against a Pretty Deadly for the title. And then we're going to get Santos against Carmelo. But before that, we got a promo from Wesley, and that Silent Quit is there challenging Wesley for the title. I'm sorry, for a match. And we're going to get to that match pretty soon. But now, Carmelo Hayes against Santos, and towards the end of the match, we see like a couple of goons, possibly Tony D'Angelo's goons, attacking Santos' leg with a crowbar, and that gave Carmelo a win after hitting his top rope scissor kick. And yeah, and then some segment from Bron Breaker with Gacy. Yeah. Yeah. Waalaikumsalam. And we got a segment with Diamond Line where Roderick Strong says stuff like, if they don't agree with my vision of this group, then they are an enemy of Diamond Mine. And he also says along the line of, I've seen another group falls. I don't want this group to have the same fate. And he's basically referencing Undisputed Era, where the one who crumples, the one who destroys the group is actually Adam Cole. It's not Roderick Strong. He tries so hard to keep the group together, but he can't. So that's why I think this is like his redemption arc. But I don't know. This still feels like a heel Roderick Strong. And if they want to make Diamond Mine, or especially the Creed Brothers, a heel tag team, then Roderick Strong needs to be, I'm sorry, a face tag team, then Roderick Strong needs to become a face as well. But if he's still a heel, then I think he's out of the team. Possibly out of the company. I don't like the odds of that. The Diamond Mine has lost two of their members, Tyler Rust and Hatchman. Tyler Rust was supposed to be like the mid-card superstar, but then they released him, and then Hatchman was there. He's just like a trainer role, but then they released him as well. So now we only have the Creed Brothers, Ivy Nile, and Roderick Strong. For me, Roderick Strong is not the leader anymore. He doesn't have the leader role anymore. I think the leader role is in Malcolm Bivens. I know his role is a manager, but He's basically the one who who um who did like most of the steps for um Diamond Mine. So yeah, what's next on NXT? Oh yeah, we got a match between Natalia and Tatum. And yeah, this one is pretty predictable. Natalia won the match. Nothing crazy happens after the match. There was a funny segment between Ducati and Dexter Lumis. Wesley against Zion Quinn. Wesley did give a lot of offensive at the start of the match, but yeah, he did get destroyed by Zion Quinn. A lot of people like, oh my God, Wesley is buried. No, just be quiet, all right? It's just one match. Just one match. Just one match. People are saying that he got buried. Stop it. It's just one match. Just let's see what they're doing with Wesley. I think he has a great potential as a single superstar. We'll see next week how this angle will go. But yeah, Nikita Lyons also issued a challenge to Natalia. She said after she is finished with Last Legend, she's going for Natalia. And I think that's going to be a great match. I don't know. I don't think the people backstage really thought that Nikita Lyons is going to be like a big superstar in NXT. A lot of people really liked her because of something. And I don't know. They just pulled the trigger too fast for Nikita Lyons. Like they pushed her too fast. She only had like 2 matches before her actual push with a rivalry against Last Legend. But yeah, they pulled the trigger too fast on her, and I think this will backfire. I really hope not. I really hope they can actually build Nikita. I think the name, yeah, I think the name it's kind of weird to pronounce, like Nikita Lyons. You cannot just say Nikita because it's too long, but you cannot say Lions because it's a noun, lion, like the animal lion. So yeah, like I mean Natalia, I have no problem pronouncing that name, and you can shorten it to Natty. Maybe Nikita. I mean, I can make it shorter to Nikki, but people would guess that I was talking about Nikki Ash. I don't know. The name is not working for me. Like the name Nikita Lyons, the pronunciation is not that easy for me. Nikita Lyons. The part Nikita is not easy to pronounce for me. And what's next? Oh yeah, Roxanne against TC Jane. Roxanne won the match via rollout because she got distracted by Wendy Chu, who destroyed the their their VIP lounge, and then Santos Escobar's car got the tire got locked, and then there was a dead fish on the window, and looks like we're going to get a rivalry between Tony D'Angelo and Santos Escobar, possibly Tony D's faction against um, Legado del Fantasma, and I like that they are probably making Legado as the face in storyline, and I can't wait to see Santos as a face because I think it has a great potential. So what is next? Oh yeah, the main event. The match was fun. The chemistry between Ducati and Dexter Lumis was really enjoyable to watch because it shows that they have no chemistry, but the development in this match was pretty interesting. And Pretty Deadly retains after a questionable finisher, which is just a big boot to the face. Yeah, they only. This is the thing. People who are only known as a tag team have a really weak singles finisher. Yeah, for example, this they only known with their finishing moves, the spilled milk, and yeah, that's it. It's the same with FTR, I guess, where they only have the Shadow Machine. I don't really know their new name. Um, but it's not the same thing with Street Profits because they have the Super Blockbuster, but they also have the Montez Ford's Frog Splash, and that is his singles finisher. But yeah, here's another thing with wrestling tag team. Their their singles finisher sometimes sucks. It doesn't hit the same as their tag team finishers. So sometimes it doesn't really get the same pop when it felt like the superstar just hit a random move and they got the win, and it just feels a little bit weird. And then after the match ended, Joe Gacy was on the top of the podium, like on the crowd area. He asked for Bron Breakker to come by, and he says that he will give back the Hall of Famer ring if in 2 weeks in NXT Spring Break. I think it's Spring Break. Yes, NXT Spring Break. It's like NXT's special episode. It's like AW speech break. So yeah, um, he wants a shot at the title. So yeah, Braun gave the shot to him, and he gave back the ring. And then Joe Gacy says that in life you need a leap of faith, and then he basically just pushed him off the ledge. And I know it was like roughly cut. Like they don't really show where he landed. I'm pretty sure he landed on the on a mattress, and then they moved the mattress, and Joe Gacy got like some sort of like druid with him, like Undertaker's druid, and it's really weird. But that's why I like Joe Gacy, man. The weirdness of his gimmick is why I love him. Probably people probably liked him in back in his indies era, but I really like Joe Gacy's character in NXT. Psychopath aura that he has. Like like he has this aura of spreading positivity, but the way he does it, it's like uncomfortable, and I like it. I really like that. I really like his gimmick since day one. Ever since he walked out of the gorilla with this gimmick, I love it. I love it from the very beginning, and I can't wait to see where this gimmick is going. I don't really know if I like him being paired with Harlan, but overall, I really like his gimmick. I really do. So I think that's going to be the end of the live stream. Thank you so much for everyone who stopped by. I'm sorry if I stumbled on my words a couple of times. I'm just really thirsty, man. I'm really thirsty. I'm really hungry. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with another live stream.